We're seeing a confluence of enthusiasm in IPOs, in crypto, and ETFs in general this summer. Joining me now is Matthew Kennedy, senior strategist at Renaissance Capital, along with Nathan sorry, I messed up your last name. Geraci, president of Novadias Wealth Management. Matt, thank you. Geraci. Matt, let's start with the IPO market. After a relative dormancy, it seems like companies and investors are really jumping in on this window of perceived opportunity. How long do you think we'll expect that window to remain open? Is this going to be reminiscent of the 2020, 2021 timeframe?
I don't think we can count on it going back to that level, but I might liken it to actually 2014 to 2017 or 18 or 19. We had this rebound following the great financial crisis. So I don't think we're going to go back to 2021 crazy levels, but I do think we see a possibility of just a return to normalcy, which is actually going to feel like a very busy market after the last 3 years.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that pipeline build up over the past few years, as you mentioned. Nate, the ETF industry has become very effective at kind of rapidly deploying new products to capitalize on different trends. Do you think we'll see competitors to the Renaissance Fund? It's been kind of the dominant play there for quite some time.
It's certainly possible. I think it depends on if we continue to see this enthusiasm over IPOs. You know, it's interesting. If you look since the April 8th market low, the Renaissance IPO ETF is up over 50% versus about 29% on the S&P 500. And to me, that's really reflective of the broader risk-on sentiment we've seen in the markets over this time period. And I think what you see is when animal spirits are high, that's typically good for IPOs. And if IPOs are doing well, you may have some potential competitors enter the space on the ETF side. The other aspect that I would mention here is that there have been some highly noteworthy IPOs this year. When you think about companies like Circle, that's up big since it went public in June. CoreWeave has had huge gains. And I think when you have companies coming to market that are in areas that already have a lot of investor interest, areas such as crypto and AI, that's certainly going to help as well. But we'll see if anybody wants to jump in and compete with the Renaissance IPO ETF.
Yeah, it really feels like for the most part, maybe setting aside Circle, that a lot of the IPOs are really B2B. They're not necessarily consumer names, which often portend kind of big IPO cycles. Matt, do you think that trend continues, or what are some of the next big IPOs that you think should be on investors' radars?
Right. So I think we're seeing Klarna coming in the fall. That's been delayed a few times, but they seem pretty definitive about that. And I know Nate was mentioning in the crypto space, we do see several names there as well. We've got Bullish this week. And beyond that, Grayscale Investments, Gemini, Kraken rumored, maybe Ripple. There's several names here that we are watching out for. Just in these hot areas, they're seeing a lot of interest. Nate mentioned Circle, so that can provide a lot of fuel for the fire.